We have people. Do we have sound? It would be great if we had sound. Okay, we have sound. Somebody's here. Somebody heard what I said. Right. Terribly sorry. I was late again. But we are still picking up the numbers. We're up to 20. We should be a lot more. We have Anna Maria here. Hi there. We have Luca 1 and Luca 2. Maria has joined us. Nice. Alexander. We have Amir. We have Serjan. Vladimir is here. And we are up to 25 people. Philip joined us. Hi there. Mario is here. Marco, Mario, and another Mario. Andre is here. We have Sarah, hi there, and another Sarah, hi there. So lots of us, 29. Okay, we're getting somewhere with the numbers. Right. For today, I'll start with what I haven't done. And I definitely haven't done the Moodle part that I promised I would do. So you have somewhere to upload your first official task. I haven't done that. It'll come. Don't worry about it. But I need somebody else's help to do that, and I haven't gotten around to. So that's good. I have 34 people, so I might as well start the class. Today we are going to start with going to do two things. One is another set of pop quiz questions. There are quite a few sets, so I hope you get to love them. And then we'll do another text like we did last time. So I'll start with the pop quiz. Actually, not this. I'll start with the full screen pop quiz. I don't know how you did that last time. Did you take notes? Did you write down the correct answers? Everything is fine. Just be aware that these questions are meant to be fun. They are meant to be informative, and they will be part of your colloquium. So, get to love them. There you go. I'll start sharing. And hopefully this is going to work. Oh, look. BBB loves me. That's nice. We're up to 39 people. That's also not a bad number. And I just need to do a screenshot before I start talking. Screenshot before I start talking. I need to log my classes to prove that you are here, that I am here, and we are doing this in the form of a screenshot, and I have my screenshot here, so that's fine. Good. And pop quiz starting, so there you go. No, it's not the end of the workday. It's most certainly not the end of the week, but I have a first question for you, which is how many people live and work on the ISS? Sara, vratit ću se na ovo pitanje, dobro? Luca says 8. There are quite a few people. Not quite a few people. Where are my typing people? They're usually typing people. Nemanja joined us. Nemanja says 10. That's a large number. Nina and Vladimir. Nina says 6. Ratko, Vladimir, ja mislim, jeli? He says 7, thereabouts. At the moment, apparently there are 7, but standard number is anywhere between 3 and 6. And just so we know what the ISS is, can you spot the ISS on this picture? It is the one here. It's the little black dot. Can someone tell me what exactly the ISS is? It's, well, what are the letters? Yes, there you go. The International Space Station. And here's a nicer picture of it. There's a nicer picture of it. That is the International Space Station. That's where 3 to 6 people live and work currently, or generally. Right. Next question is a sports question, or ish. What's a ballpark figure? And yeah, that was a live question. That was actually me asking you. Who knows what a ballpark ballpark figure is? Lucas has approximately. That's a pretty good guess. That's exactly what it is. A ballpark figure is a sort of number that I am not perfectly sure about, but it's thereabout. Do we know where the word comes from? This is a ballpark. This is an American ballpark, and it is a baseball park. You can see this sort of diamond shape. Now then, if you have a number and you go, well, it's anywhere between here and here. So that would be a ballpark figure. It's sort of in there. It's not an exact figure, but it's in the ballpark. There you go. And that's your math course. It's a ballpark figure. Good. Next one. You should actually know this. Yeah, actually, I'm sure you know this. Which famous logo is called Larry? Luca says Twitter, and that's the only one. Really? 41 people are going to trust Luca on this. What about the other ones? Nina is typing. Nina says, Nina, stop typing. Honestly, you will trust Luca. Dario also says Twitter. Yes, obviously, Luca does have the good answer. That's not my problem. We do trust Luca's answer. It's just that we should know. But he had the two keywords. Luca, by the way, since you know who Larry Bird is, share with us who was Larry Bird. Who is Larry Bird? And meanwhile, I'll show you that's Larry. Luca knows. Luca knows he's a former NBA player. Can you give us a decade? When was he a player? Back in the 80s, 90s. There you go. That is Larry Bird, and that is the origin of the Twitter question, the Twitter logo. So, R&D stands for what? And I have research and development. Okay, quick answer, correct answer. All factory facilities have this. It is research and development. Come on. Yoo-hoo. Next one. Oh, I should actually know this. What's a micron and how big is it? Vladimir says 10 minus 6. Okay. How do I read this number? Does anyone know? Yeah, Anna has got a good guess. 10 to the negative power of 6. Very nice. Yeah. So technically, if this one is a standard grain of ground coffee, mlevene kafe, that's a standard grain, then we go beach sand, table salt, and all the way there's a micron. So it's Anna was pretty correct when she said it's microscopic, it's tiny. It is exactly 1/1,000,000th of a meter, and that's it in meters, and that's also a name. Am I correct if I think that you are expected to know these conversions? How much is a millionth of? That you do this in maths and physics? Yes. So that should be standard conversion for you. There you go. Next question. We need 2 fossil fuels. And the 2 fossil fuels are... I lost my typing people. Come on, there are still sort of 5, 6 people typing. What are the other 40 or 36 doing? Oh, new typing person. I like that. Okay, he added 2. Coal, oil, and Alexander added the 3rd one. That is exactly right. These are the fossil fuels we have. Fossil in translation means these are the limited fuels. So we are looking for new ones. Next one is a geographic question. We are looking for Ayers Rock, which is Uluru in the original language. Where are we? Does anyone know? Somebody's typing. Okay. So knowing or Googling, knowing, I'm guessing knowing. Yes, Central Australia without the J. That is Uluru. Can you actually climb up onto the Uluru? Can you climb on top? Luca says yes. Alexander says yes. Nemanja says yes with a Z. Nice. Quick answer? No. So physically, yes, obviously. It's not exactly Everest. But because the Uluru is one of the most sacred places of the Aborigines, with the wall paintings going back to more than 10,000 years, then it has been cordoned off from the tourists, from the public. So anybody who is not Aborigines and not part of the ancient culture is not allowed to climb on it. That's changed. That's about, I think, in the last 2 years. So before that you could, but now you will not be able to. Good, next one, something more in your ballpark. We are looking for developments of Boston Dynamics. What do they do? And hint, it's an American company. Nemanja says robots, Vladimir says robots, and the rest will just have to believe them. Yeah. We have these robots, bipedal humanoid robots. Does anyone know the word bipedal? What does it mean? Two-legged, yeah. And on the same note, we have quadrupeds. The quadrupeds don't have 2 legs, they have, there you go, they have 4. That's the robot dog thing on the right-hand side. Good. Back to English. We need this one, nulla, in at least 2 ways, but I want more. Null is a fantastic German word. O is an English word, nil is an English word. Somebody's watching football. 0 is an English word. So we have 0, O, nil. That's it. Nobody? Nobody's watching tennis. Oh. Again, nothing is technically not a number. There are other words. Really? Nobody's watching tennis? Come on. Nobody's playing tennis. Nobody follows tennis. And I'm saying tennis because tennis has got a specific word for 0. Really? You surprised me now. Hey, Nemanja, Googled or new? Honest answer? That's the one. I like honest answers. So yeah, love is the word used for 0 in tennis. If you ever want to read up why tennis uses the word love for 0, it's a funny story. Read up on Google. But then we have 007, yeah, we said that. And we have also the word naught, which practically means 0. And nil as in football. And null is fantastic if you watch German television when Bayern München is playing, that they will announce null, otherwise American or English will not. Back to science history. Szilard Leo and Robert Oppenheimer did what? Somebody was typing. Luca is typing. Nina is typing. Lots of people typing. Not many answers coming up. Meanwhile, I show you the image if anybody knows what this is. Luca's got the right field. It's the atomic bomb, yes. Teja Shecherov joined the typing crowd. Hi there. And practically, do we know the name of the project? It wasn't Atomic Bomb Project. It was the Manhattan Project. Yes, and that is the sad result of the Manhattan Project. It was the atomic bomb. Good. Back to most of your fields, we have something called the difference engine. It was invented by Charles Babbage in the 1840s. And the question is, what was it back then and how do we still use it? A couple of people are typing. Vladimir says it's a computer, really? This would be a computer? Yes. So that's, okay, those are small letters, small figures. Here you have numbers, and basically computing means calculating. These are rotating numbers, and they would calculate simple operations. That's the whole machine, or the reconstruction of the whole machine. And it actually today has turned into this. And probably this one is a lot more powerful than it used to be. Good. Back to English. And yeah, I know it looks like Latin. It is Latin, but it's actually used in English. Someone knows the meaning. Two people, one people are typing. Two people are typing. Doing a favor for a favor. Let's see. Nina says something else. Nina says Adam has joined. Yeah. Something for something. Yes. Technically, the word quid pro quo means, so the literal translation is something for something, and that's basically what you expect. I do you a favor, but in return, I actually do want something. In Serbian, that has come into use nešto za nešto ili nešto za nešto za uzvrat. Yeah, quid pro quo. But actually, this is a used expression in English. Next one is a Rube Goldberg machine, and I'll give you a second to type in what exactly it is. If nobody is typing, I'll just show you. Sorry. Jeste, Vlado je googlovao, čitam ove komentare. Complex contraption designed to achieve a simple task. Stop using Wikipedia. Vladimir is naughty. Vlado čituje. Vlado doesn't čituje. Okay. I'm going to pick up my phone because I know this phone call and I need to talk to the people. Just give me a sec. Usput, tehničko pitanje. I sad gledam ko mi je na listi. Da li je tu Patriot Čunaj? I gde bi bilo ne pod Č? Kako izgleda ova lista? Čunaj mi, Patriot mi nije tu. Ništa. Onda, iz sasvim drugih razloga sam sad pogledala. Usput sada nam teče, svake godine trudimo se da idemo u neku promociju u srednje škole i to sada teče i zapravo uvek gledamo da nekoga odvedemo i od studenata, mislim, kao što su verovatno i vama bili negde u školi ili bili smo negde u školi, jer nije toliko zanimljivo ono što ja kažem kao nastavnik, zanimljivo je ako neki drugi student kaže eto VTŠ postoji, tu studiram, ok, preživeo sam, pa mata ni ne došao, mislim najlakše je kao završiti mašinstvo u srednjoj školi pa se upisati na mašinstvo ili obrnuto ne znam, učiti elektrotehniku pa se upisati na elektro ili na info. Teže je ako neko hoće da menja neki profil, ali daleko od toga imamo i dosta primjera za to. Za to sam našla ljude, tako da, sorry, to je sad moj intermezzo bio. Stoji tu pitanje i nadala sam se da ću dobiti čak i odgovor. What is Sergey Brin famous for? And you've had plenty of time to Google it, use his product, that is his product, there you go. On the left-hand side, you actually see Larry Page, but on the right-hand side, that is Sergey Brin, the founder of something we use every single day, including at this moment. You're going to hate me, but I'm going to turn it off. I need to pick up another phone and you can hate Okay, hopefully no more phones. Don't hate me, but again, this was one of the promotional phone calls that I was counting on, and I didn't want to lose the point. Almost done we are. Yes, Baby Yoda. I hope everyone watched Mandalorian. Not much to go. We need to find the conveyor belt. We are going to find it. Factor is a good point. That's it. No more conveyor belts, only in factories. Here's my favorite conveyor belt, if you ask me. Then there's a factory conveyor belt. Adam is typing. A couple of people in a store, yes. And then I'll show you my absolute favorite conveyor belt. That's my absolute favorite conveyor belt. So the one that brings out the suitcases at the airport. Okay, yes, basically any kind of when you need to transport items over a longer distance. We're back to language, consistency. And I am happy to translate it for you into Serbian. Konsistentan ili konsistentnost. Šta nam to dođe? Not giving up on anything. Consistency is key. Well, yeah, day and night, I'm not sure I understand that answer. Always getting an 8. Yeah. So consistency is finding a good method, and then all you need to do is always do it that way. Going to the gym every day, yes, Nemanja is right. Something stays the same, done in the same way, looks the same, yes. So keep doing it and don't give up. Somebody said don't give up. Here I picked out the most wonderful consistency motivational quotes on the internet. Be successful. You don't have to be different, just be consistent. Law of consistency, motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you growing. Then this is the sort of consistency that would be good if this was part of your life and part of your basic set. If you're going to format something, format it always the same. So within one single document, don't use different versions. The ones that we see in practice is in diploma works or even in seminar works, not in my subject, but in the other subjects. Da neko uzima razne izvore, traži na netu, kao što treba da traži na netu, nađe neko pače teksta i onda potpuno zaboravlja da li je neki tekst, neki deo teksta možda na jekavici, a neki nije. I onda imamo ono usput i sustavi i sistemi i sve to, mislim, to hvala Bogu, to i ne primećujemo toliko, to je jedna stvar, ali da nije dosledno, i to je ta bila ključna reč, consistency, doslednost, to je već veći problem. Znači, ovo bi vam preporučila da budete u svom radu dosledni. And be taken seriously, be consistent. There you go. Fine. Next fun question. We are looking for an event at Kitty Hawk. Yeah, I am looking for it, and so are you, it seems. So what happened at Kitty Hawk? No, nobody, or did the internet just crash? It's a beach. It's in North Carolina, and we're in 1903. And we have Googling people, yes, the first powered flight. Those are the two gentlemen with the fantastic name of Wilbur and Orville Wright. And they built, they were bicycle builders, you know, as it happens, and they built the first flying machine. That's Kitty Hawk at their first flight. And then today, there's a monument, or there's a statue, a group of statues that sort of remembers the first flight. That's today's. So Kitty Hawk, and that's why we have airplanes. Next is an easy question. Linus Torvald. Why do we know him? Why do we use him? Nemanja and Igor, and the correct answer is Linux. That's Linus Torvald. Good. Back to English. Put your money where your mouth is. When do we use this? Give me a situation. What does it mean? Nina has a good idea. Multiple users have good ideas. Taya Shesherov has good ideas. Okay, come on, answers coming up. Bet on it if you're sure of it. Yeah, I can sort of go with that. In a betting, in a gambling situation, yes. Going through what you are saying, yes. So don't just keep saying or keep talking about it, but actually, stand up and do it. It's doing what you're going to say you're going to do, and not just promises. Good. Next is a more technical question. We are looking for a 3D geometric shape. It tapers smoothly from a circular flat base to the vertex. Okay, so I have a circular, that's a circular flat base, so flat, it's flat. And then it's a 3D, so it's three-dimensional. And it has a vertex. And people have Googled it, I assume. And it says it's a cone. So in this one, you have a circular flat base, and then the previous one said it tapers smoothly to a vertex. If it tapers, it means it's going up. That's tapering. Smoothly means it's not like this, but it's sort of smooth tapering. And the vertex is this final point. You have the base, and then it comes up to one point. That is to taper off. That's my personal favorite cone. And this one, obviously, we can see in nature. Good. So a cone. And that's the vertex on top. Yeah, that's it. It's over. At least this part, sorry for all the phone conversations and interruptions. Now we can get over to the next text. I did two things. I uploaded the text last week, and most of you, I hope, have managed to download it and find it. And then I did another thing. Negde imate u RF-u unutrašnja literatura, ili kako se to lepo zove, literatura za sve predmete. Jeste to našli? Interna literatura, super. U tu internu literaturu sam također stavila ove tekstove. Što smo već radili. Jedino sam i htjela da pokažem. No, jel se setio? Ajde. Zadnje slajdovi kažu ovo. Znači, make your pop quiz question, i tu sam obećala da ću se vratiti Sarina pitanje. My pop quiz questions are all over the place. So they are in many fields. But that's not your task. Your task is to have one single favorite topic and write 30 questions about that. And you upload it onto Moodle, which I have not yet set up, so wait for a few minutes, but if you have it ready as a document. That's good. And you can get points if you present your pop quiz. You do not get points for writing 30 questions. but it's in one topic, okay? Possibly it would be nice if that was a topic which is interesting to you, but the questions are not stupid. So let's not ask what color is orange. You can happily do a pop quiz on the meaning of colors or the physics of colors, but let's not put up very simple, too simple and too silly questions. Okay, nobody will get points for knowing koja reče teče ispod Savskog mosta. Zato nisam spremna da dajem bodove, ali ćete dobiti bodove za nešto što vas stvarno zanima. Ako je to nešto neobična tema ili niste sigurni da li je to dovoljno korektno da bi to predali kao seminarski rad, mislim, sama tema, onda ajde pitajte me ranije, ali obično teme budu korektne. Izostavimo krvoliju i pornografiju i izostavimo svakako oružje po mogućnosti. Dobro, da li ima pitanje u vezi još ovog? Vidim kako sve ono kaže Dobro, niko ništa ne piše, to je to. Texts. So, if you have your text ready, that's good. The English for Engineering Superheroes. And we are at text 2, which is called Bill Gates, How to Avoid Climate Disaster, Solutions We Have and the Breakthroughs We Need. Opening application window, sharing application window, there you go. Theoretically, you should see what I see in half an hour. Oh, come on, BBB. Yeah, I can make it a little bit bigger. There you go, that's as good as it gets. So if you have your own text, wonderful. If you don't read from the screen here, what I would like you to do is read it bit by bit and we'll go through the words. Like we did last time, you get a few seconds to read it. Please do that now. Okay, done? Good. I'll just assume. The vocabulary itself isn't terribly challenging, but this concept may be new. Energy poverty, which says that basically it doesn't matter how much money you have, if you don't have energy and access to electricity, that's the biggest problem. And it goes on to describe the health problems that comes with it. You cannot keep vaccines because there are no refrigerators. You cannot have enough job opportunities, which would also come with offices, with call centers, factories, and so on. That is the main concept. As for words, there's this thing, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Foundation would be an organization that is usually there to help. And that's their motto, productive life. What do we mean by productive life? Yeah, and that was a question. Ura, kić da? Ne, to be the doing the most in a certain amount of time. Oh, okay, I quite like that explanation. So basically, this is the idea of getting, getting from A to B, as we would say it. Don't just exist, but actually do something productive, get on with life, get ahead in life. And this means in your personal life as much as it means in the industry and within a setting of a whole country. More words. Reliable, we know what reliable means, do we? Reliable as in I expect that it always works and that it is always there and that I can be sure it always is there. And affordable electricity. I mean, we have reliable electricity. Most of the time it's reliable. Your parents knew exactly the times in the 1990s, then it wasn't all that reliable. And affordable, yes, you have to be able to pay for it. Okay, thrive is the last word I want to go into. This is last but one line. We need energy, clean energy, so that even the poorest can thrive. The question is, what does it mean to thrive? This word, to thrive. Oh, multiple users typing, good. Okay, I can be better if I thrive. Well, waiting for the other multiple users to live a life of plenty. Well, yeah, basically to get those types of our environment. So not the opposite of thriving is basically existing. You exist in a sort of absolute minimum. You don't die because you basically have enough money to buy food, but so you practically don't die, but you don't get anywhere either. Develop well, make the most of your environment, enjoy. So a life of plenty, yes, to have more than just the very, very minimum you need. To feel really well in where you are and what you do. Good. Next section, we are reading, that's a fancy picture. We're reading this one, sources of emission, and I know the original text had a mistake in it, sorry about that. Okay. The word emission, is it the same word as our word emisia? Lucas says no. Adam says... Adam is writing a lot. Adam says it means to give off something. Ha! But you know what? That's exactly what our TV shows do. So they are being emitted out of the TV stations. They are beamed, they are shown, they are presented, they are sent out to the public. That's the basis of the word. So it means to give off something. Emisija ili emitovanje, znači neko emituje tu emisiju. That is the basic concept of the same word. Obviously, in this case, we're not talking about TV channels and TV shows. In this case, we're talking about harmful fuels. Emissions, think car fuels, car fumes coming out of exhaust pipes. Sources of emissions, so where do they come from? Electricity, cars, biggest contributor. Contributor means those who cause the biggest emissions. Manufacturing, znači proizvodnja. Steel. It's a type of iron ore that is used generally in building. Is responsible for 31%. Produce electricity, growing like crops. What are crops? What are crops? Give me a few examples of crops. Fruits, veg, grain. Typing. Grown in large quantities, yes. Corn, wheat, so those would be crops. Transportation, and then we have heating and cooling. So basically, top 5 is also keeping us warm or cool, depending on where we want to live. The overall point, so that's not the whole point. The whole point is we need a comprehensive plan. What's a comprehensive plan? And I'm interested in the word comprehensive. It's not an understandable plan. It's not a detailed plan. I mean, theoretically, it would be wonderful if all the plans could be detailed and understandable, but that's not the meaning of the word. Adam is still typing, others are still typing. A complex plan, okay, now we are getting to lukewarm water. Comprehensive plan, looking for answers, means that we don't just, that's the one with a lot of parts. So you don't just concentrate on solving one problem, but a comprehensive plan looks at the whole story. Comprehensive in this case means it covers all the territories. Your primary school is a comprehensive school. Why? Because it taught you Serbian, it taught you mathematics, it taught you biology, it taught you physics, it taught you history, it taught you geography. I'm almost sure you even had to learn music or something out of music. So it didn't just teach you engineering. It didn't just teach you one thing. It taught you all the sorts of things. That is comprehensive. It can be conveyed in a way that can be understood enough to be used. Okay, Adam, trust me, the word has 2 basic meanings. One of the meanings is comprehensive, so I can understand it. You said that in the first sequence. However, in this case, the question isn't, can I understand what harmful emissions are? I can. Can we make an understandable plan? That's not the point. We need a comprehensive plan that will cover all the areas that cause climate change. And we need to deal with all the areas. We need to come up with a plan that is not going to just solve one thing. That's a sort of understand. That's a sort of feeling of the word, the meaning of the word. I'm lost in the text. I'll find where I am. I am here. Activities cause emissions. Unless you're looking at all 5 areas. How you plug in, you're not going to solve the problem. Good. Let's look at the next section. There you go. Sorry, još sam na času, ali kada si ti posle? No, Đolju, hoćemo onda kafu i da mi pokažeš šta je Moodle? Moodle. Super, hvala ti najlepše, Sanja. Evo, dogovarali smo se za kafu i za Moodle, da ja to konačno mogu da rešim. Jo, super, jesmo li pročitali? Jesmo. It's crucial. Crucial still means, like it did last week, that it's very, very important. It's absolutely important to understand how much it will cost. Getting to zero, in this case, 0 emissions. So we want to stop using all fossil fuels. Emit, znači emituje, ali u smislu ispušta greenhouse gases, but fossil fuels are also the cheapest energy sources available. Prices don't reflect the environmental damage they inflict. Okay, if something is reflecting, reč reflektovati znači prikazati, like a mirror. It doesn't show you, it doesn't give you the feeling just how much damage they inflict. And when you inflict damage, you cause damage. That's the word, to inflict damage, to cause damage. Moving our immense is how big? And that was a question, immense. Mm-hmm. Oh, I lost the typing people. Immense is actually very large, considerably large, huge, that's the word. From dirty carbon emitting technology, so anything that emits carbon dioxide, monoxide gas, to getting to zero emissions will cost. And this cost is called the green premium, and here you have a list of just how we get to that money. But simply the question is, if we want cleaner environments, we need to pay for it. So how much to go green? And I will scroll down in a bit. Okay. How much are we willing? What are the trade-offs? That's a realistic question. What is a trade-off? What's a trade-off? Multiple users. An exchange of things. Yeah, I'm going to need more context for this. I get something, but I also lose something. Aha. Okay. And Dario is also saying something. Okay, he's not. Good. A trade-off is basically if the most obvious trade-off is if you say that you will use, you will go to Lidl and buy something that says organic. You are going to buy an organic, a kilo of organic tomatoes, and they will cost more, but you buy them in the belief that you are doing something good to the environment or for the environment. In Lidl, you also have these bags for fruits that you don't take the standard plastic bags always. You know, you buy 2 apples and you use a plastic bag. If you buy these reusable bags for fruit and vegetable, they will cost something like, does anyone know? So something like under 100 dinars, somewhere thereabouts. But you need to first buy it and then keep using it. So that's a trade-off. You do want to, you get something or you do something good, but you are aware that it's going to cost you and you will also lose something. This idea, do you want to change hamburgers into vegetable burgers or veggie burgers because using vegetables as the basis is less harmful to the environment than using meat or eating meat? Do you want that trade-off? That's a question. That's what is being argued here. So advanced biofuels will cost more. And who is we? Well, we, everybody else. What is the conventional stuff? What is the word conventional? I znam da znači konvencionalno, ali pitanje stoji, šta znači reč konvencionalno? Regular, on a daily basis, no. So just because I drink coffee every day, it's not conventional coffee. Something that is not new. Or that is not out of the norm. Okay, I like that more. Something that is accepted as traditional, I like that more. Yes, conventional is simply, well, it's the thing we all agree on, that we should do it this way. That's a convention. And the best reason best example to use, up until the beginning of the 20th century, women generally never wore pants or trousers. That was the convention. Women wear dresses and skirts, and men wear trousers. There's no practical reasons, there's no logical reason other than everybody agreed that this was the norm. This was what we think of as normal. Now we think of other things as normal. But if you look at who gets to wear earrings, conventionally it is still me as a woman. And in some places they will still say, oh, look, guy's wearing an earring. Oh God, what tragedy. You know, it shouldn't be. There's no other reason why a guy shouldn't wear earrings or women shouldn't wear ties. Can I wear a tie? Of course I can. I can buy one, I can put it around my neck. It's just, that's the convention that generally women don't wear ties. So the word conventional in this case means we are still using fuel, traditional fuel, just because we've always used that. But we could easily switch to biofuel. Yeah, truth being, it costs a little bit more. Other words we need to look at is in the second part of this text, you have it costs roughly around 15%. Can we have another word for roughly? Sorry. Another word for roughly. Approximately, yes. Make it affordable, and countries that excel at research and development. I'm interested in the word to excel. Luca, good one. Excel. What do you do when you excel? You are good at it. You are absolutely brilliant at it. That is where you can show your best side. You excel at something. Okay, hopefully that you all have areas where you excel in. It may or may not be engineering, it may or may not be even academic, it could be football, it could be others. Good. Next section, and then read it till the end of the text, and I'll scroll down in a bit. So, and that's the end of the text. Okay, I'll move back to the beginning of this section. We need to articulate a vision. My question, and you will have to guess this, articulate, what does it mean? I can easily translate it into Serbian, artikulirati. Okay, Ada, that's a fancy word, I like it. Googling or knowing? To pronounce, okay, Luca is good. You practically, when you articulate something, you express it. If we are lucky, then you express a word, you say a word correctly, you pronounce it correctly. If you've ever talked to foreigners and not people from this area who don't speak Serbian, and then try to get them to pronounce something like država ili trg ili vrt, they will get lost. You know, that's not within their scope. So you articulate correctly. But if I articulate my vision, it means I will show it to you. I will try to explain it to you so you can understand. I will make it visible and make it understandable. It can guide actions of people and businessmen, government officials. The government is that fantastic group of people who run a country, and they write the rules on what the power plants. Tell me a place in Serbia that has a power plant. I was hoping for more specific name. East Serbia is a big place. Dragan Jelic knows. Dragan says, yeah, that is exactly right. It's honestly, it's the one place that I know has a power plant. That's a hydropower plant, but it's a power plant that exactly, that produces electricity. Those would be power plants. You adopt regulations, so you make regulations and you stick to it. That is the meaning of adopt regulations, and they will shape the financial markets and clarify the risks. So they will sort of influence the financial markets and plays a crucial role, plays an important role to utilities and road construction, utilities project. In a city, what would be a utility project? Project to fix some city infrastructure. Look, I know we haven't been working together all that well, but my next question would be, what city infrastructure, or upgrade or make? What do we call infrastructure? Yes, it's a good word. Give us a specific example. What would be utilities? What would be infrastructure? Water lines, railway, yes, sewage, electricity, power cables. So these are the areas where cities can say, oh, we're not going to use this type of steel, we are going to use another material, even if it's more expensive. We're not going to use traditional buses, we're going to use electric buses. We will focus more on power cables and create more charging stations so we can have more electric cars. This is what the utilities projects mean. So utilities are generally infrastructure within a city that make it livable, that we all expect. We expect to have water, we expect to have electricity, we expect to have a toilet that works, we expect to be water coming out of the shower. And if we are talking about the larger city, we also expect them to have city buses and local transportation. Yeah, low emission cement, lovely. Power stations, or charging stations, sorry, for electric cars, policymakers. What's a policymaker? Who is a policymaker? Politicians, yes. Technically, yes. Generally, politicians is a very negative word, but you look at all the sorts of people who are involved in making rules. Different experts, different groups, different councils, they would be policymakers. And a consumer, I'm a consumer. I use electricity, I use water, I am one of those people who who use the utilities within a city. And we can sell a signal and they say to them, we'll buy it. Good. Anything in the end? No. Deploying the solution, this one. What do you do if you deploy a solution? The word deploy. Is to let something go in the sense that we are testing it. Actually, yeah, you put it to action. So you have a solution and you then put it to action. Very often the word is used to release it. Yes, I understood that. It's used in connection with the army. You deploy an army. Why do you deploy an army? You have a problem in an area, and your best solution is to put a number of people on the ground and solve that solution. That would be to deploy, to use it, put your solution to the test, put it into action, and hope it works. Good. So that's the text. Below the text, just like last week, you have all the sorts of terms and expressions that we talked through now. These are quite likely to appear on your colloquium, so be sure that you understand them, that you have a good example for them in English, that you can explain them or show that you understand. Never in the colloquium will there be a chance or will there be a question that says molim vas prevedite na srpski. Znači toga neće biti ono klasičan prevod. Good. So now we need a website. sad. Here at the text, under the text, you have this website, the content, and ESL course. Open it. There's a video, and I'm going to play it here, but what happened yesterday, and I expect that same thing is going to happen today, is that at some point the video will stop showing the picture itself. It's going to turn black and it's going to be sound only. So if you want to, when I say go, then go, watch the video on your own terms, and you can shut off, or you can at least mute this window. I haven't quite figured out the better way to share this type of video with you. However, there's a video on climate change and all sorts of useful vocabulary on climate change. What I want you to do now is run, actually no, just pogrešan sam otvorila. Aha, to je sasvim moguće. Sorry, ne ovaj link, nego onaj donji that says video lesson. Terribly sorry. Under here, you just have more climate change, climate-related vocabulary. Yeah. Okay, that's the site I need. So basically, there's a video that says cause and effects of climate change. And there are also language questions in it, meaning that you need to explain a word. Okay, so I can play it here in the window, but if you have a possibility, play it on your own and do the task. Stop sharing this, start sharing that. This is a National Geographic video. I will play it here if you can do it on your own. Oh.
Human activities, from pollution to overpopulation, are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. The main cause is a phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, let the sun's light in, but keep some of the heat from escaping, like the glass walls of a greenhouse. The more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. Human activities, like the burning of fossil fuels, have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. The rapid increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate. While Earth's climate has fluctuated in the past, atmospheric carbon dioxide hasn't reached today's levels in hundreds of thousands of years. Climate change has consequences for our oceans, our weather, our food sources, and our health. Ice sheets, such as Greenland and Antarctica, are melting. The extra water that was once held in glaciers causes sea levels to rise and spills out of the oceans, flooding coastal regions. Warmer temperatures also make weather more extreme. This means not only more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall, but also longer and more frequent droughts. These changes in weather pose challenges. Growing crops becomes more difficult. The areas where plants and animals can live shift, and water supplies are diminished. In addition to creating new agricultural challenges, climate change can directly affect people's physical health. In urban areas, the warmer atmosphere creates an environment that traps and increases the amount of smog. This is because smog contains ozone particles, which increase rapidly at higher temperatures. Exposure to higher levels of smog can cause health problems such as asthma, heart disease, and lung cancer. While the rapid rate of climate change is caused by humans, humans are also the ones who can combat it. If we work to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which don't produce greenhouse gas emissions, we might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change.
Okay, I am still very, very sorry that this video doesn't work the way it should, but nothing better. Okay, tell me, did you know all the words? Okay, no surprises there. I at least have 30 people who I haven't heard yet. And maybe 25 of them haven't left the computer on just to be here. So I was hoping to hear from all of you. Good. So that was this task. And then in the text below, and I will share it again, you have another exercise that focuses on, okay, there you go, on climate words, let's put it that way. Okay, so these are the exact words that were in the video. If you manage to answer them, great. If not, have a look at them here, learn them, know them, use them. I am looking at this task number 3, choose the best word from the following to complete the sentences. Could you please do that now? We have impact, precipitation, ecosystem, and so on. Okay, can we do that now? So, number 1 is an endangered animal. Good. Number 2 would we know as an ecosystem. Number 3, greenhouse gases, absolutely. 4 goes with fossil fuels. Yes. Number 6 is a footprint. We hated number 5. What happened to number 5? Precipitation is the term that describes all sorts of things falling from the sky, as long as they're water. So rain, hail, snow, anything in between, that would be precipitation. Yes. Man-made would be artificial. Artificial would be the opposite of natural. Yes, we still need 7 and 8 and 9. Unusual weather, yeah, and then we need 7 and 8. 8 is an impact or an effect, yes, leaving 7 to be emissions. Okay, super. So, the next exercise is basically the same one, only with different words. I'm going to say, let's use this word. I haven't used it this semester yet. Let's say this is homework. And you will love me for it. So basically, do it. Here you have the task. Here you have the solutions. You can check on the internet. Honestly, if you do it, if you don't do it, I am not going to check your homework, but I am going to assume that you know the words. And when I say assume, it will be part of the text. However, another part in the text and in the test as well will be things like give a good example for reducing something so you can lower your own carbon footprint, or how you can what you could refuse that would be good for the environment. Here you have these examples of refusing to use plastic and instead bring your own bag to the shop, or recycling something. What is it that we can logically recycle? What is it that we can upcycle? Use something old and give it a new coat of color and keep using it and not throw it away as soon as it seems outdated. Reducing something, how much can we reduce? Do you turn off the water while you are brushing your teeth? Things like this. So these are conversation points, and they may or may not be on the colloquium. They may or may not be on the oral exam at the end of June, end of whatever, May, end of the semester. But they are certainly, I expect you to have ideas on it. Okay? So they will be part of the overall semester material. Okay. I know I still have 10 minutes to go. However, if there are no more questions regarding the task, the text, and so on, then I just might let you go early. Pitanja da li ima? Mm. 42. It's a very simple answer. Next question. Srđane. Ok, gledam tu pitanja. Ako je brže, slobodno možete uključiti i sam. Pa čak što više odgovorila sam vam. Ajde proverite da li je vama stigao odgovor. Odgovorila sam u... Čekaj.
Pošto ja nisam dobio ništa.
Čekajte, mislim...
Nisam dobio, ne vidimo ovdje.
Čekaj. Da li je moguće da sam uspjela da izbrišem? Znači, odgovorila sam. Odgovorila sam i rekla sam da je, što je bilo, sreda 11 sati, da je to ok. Jo, ne, čekajte. Jo, ajde, ostanite samo malo u vezi, na vezi da ja vidim šta se dogodilo. Nego, ostalima, ako sem Srđana nema niko ništa da pita, da doda, onda sam čas završila, vidimo se sljedeće nedelje isto ovo doba, imajte tekstove kod sebe